My child, stop what you are doing and receive what I have been holding for you. Not a general encouragement I am sending into the atmosphere in hopes it finds you somewhere. A specific word, for you specifically, about something I have been working on in the hidden place across a season you could not see into. I know you have been carrying questions you were almost afraid to ask out loud, questions about the specific love I designed for you, and whether the design makes sense by the standards of what the world around you considers appropriate and logical and safe. Questions about why, when you quiet the noise of other people's opinions and sit with what your spirit actually knows, the knowing keeps pointing in a direction that the visible world has tried to argue you out of. Questions about whether what your heart has been sensing is real, or whether it is something you should correct and bring into alignment with what everyone else expects from you. My beloved, I want to answer those questions today, not with vague spiritual comfort that leaves you in the same uncertainty you were already carrying, with the specific account of what I have designed, why I designed it the way I designed it, and what I need you to understand before this love arrives at the full visible expression of what I have already been building in the hidden place. I confirm it today. The love I am bringing to you is younger than you. Not by accident, not as a compromise, not as what I settled for when the ideal did not materialize, as the specific and intentional design of the one who does not make design errors, as the expression of a wisdom that does not operate by the logic of the world's expectations about what love is supposed to look like from the outside, as my answer to the specific prayer you have been praying in the specific form that matches not what you said you wanted when you were performing your wants for the listening of others, but what you actually carry in the deepest interior of who you are and what you need. My child, as I said in 1 Samuel 16:7, the Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. I did not design this love by looking at the surface. I designed it by looking at two hearts, yours and the heart of the one I am sending toward you, and by seeing in those two hearts a specific resonance that no external measurement of age or appearance or social logic can either produce or replicate. I am the God who sees what is hidden, and what I see in the interior of this love story is not what the voices around you have been telling you they see. If something in you settled reading those words, something that had been braced against the noise of other people's opinions and released a little of that bracing, type, I know this is real in the comments, because you do know, you have known at the soul level for longer than you have been willing to admit. And the knowing is not delusion. The knowing is me speaking to your spirit before the exterior evidence has fully arrived. My beloved, I want to speak to what the world has been saying about this, because the voices have been loud and they have been specific, and they have been persistent. And even when you did not agree with them at the soul level, they had a way of creating noise that made it difficult to hear what I was actually saying underneath the noise. The voices said you are too old, that someone younger could not possibly understand the depth of what you carry, or the weight of what you have walked through, or the specific quality of what you have become through the seasons of fire and loss and learning that shaped you. The voices said it does not make sense, that the years between you create a gap that love cannot bridge, that you are in different seasons of life, and the difference in seasons will eventually fracture what you are building. The voices said, it is not serious, that what you feel is flattering but not foundational, that the younger person cannot be ready for the specific quality of love you carry. That time will reveal an incompatibility that your feelings are currently obscuring. My child, I want to address each of those voices directly, not to argue with them, because what I know about this love story does not require an argument, but to establish the truth in a place in your interior that is deep enough that the noise of the voices cannot reach it. The truth that I speak to you today is the truth that I want you to carry into the arrival of this love as the ground you stand on rather than the question you are still trying to settle. The voice that said you are too old does not understand what age means in my design. Age in my design is not the accumulation of years that makes a person less viable for love. It is the accumulation of depth, of wisdom, of the specific capacity to love from a place of genuine interior richness rather than from the surface of inexperience. What the years have produced in you is not a liability. It is the specific quality that the younger soul I am sending to you has been praying for and could not find in what was available at their own age level. They did not pray for someone their age. They prayed for what you carry, and what you carry was built across the full length of the years the voice called too many type. I am not too old for this love in the comments, because you are not. You are exactly the right age for a love that requires what the years have built in you, and the one I am sending toward you knows it, at the soul level before they can fully articulate it in words. My beloved, I want to speak to why I brought these two specific souls together in the design I chose. Because the why matters for how you receive what is coming and for how you carry it when the voices of the world rise again, as they will, in the early season of this love, to question what they do not understand. I brought you together because of what you were designed to do for each other, not what the world typically means when it uses those words. Not the transactional exchange of what each person brings to a relationship in a way that can be measured and balanced. The specific and irreplaceable work that only these two souls can do for each other, precisely because of what each one carries and what each one needs, and how what the one carries meets what the other needs in a way that no substitute can replicate. My child, you carry wisdom. Not the kind that comes from books or information or even from deliberate pursuit of understanding. The kind that comes from having walked through the specific seasons of life that produce wisdom, and having come through those seasons with the interior of someone who learned from what they walked through, rather than someone who simply survived it. You carry discernment, the ability to see beneath the surface of things, to recognize what is real versus what is performing reality, to know without being told what is happening in a situation or a relationship or a person's interior. You carry depth, the specific quality of being able to hold a conversation not at the level of information exchange, but at the level of genuine meeting between two interiors. And you carry patience, the kind that was not natural to you in the earlier seasons, but that the fire of those seasons produced in you through the specific process of having to wait when waiting was painful, and having to trust when the evidence trusting was not visible. The younger soul I am sending to you has been hungry for exactly what you carry. They have encountered people their own age who were lively and interesting and genuinely available, and still something was missing in every encounter. The depth was not there. The discernment was not there. The patience and the wisdom, and the specific interior richness that comes from having walked through fire and emerged with the fire having produced something rather than taken everything, were not there. And the hunger for what was missing was not something they chose to feel. It was something I placed in them. As Ecclesiastes 4:9-10 says, two are better than one, for if either of them falls, one can help the other up. The help I am speaking of in this love story is not generic. It is the specific way your specific wisdom helps the specific places in them that need the wisdom you carry. And it is the specific way what they carry helps the specific places in you that need what they bring. My child, I want to speak now to what the younger soul carries that I designed for you, because this is not a love story about what you give and what they receive. It is not the older person pouring out and the younger person being filled. It is the specific reciprocity of two people who carry different things that each other genuinely needs, who meet in the space of that mutual carrying and find that what the other brings reaches the exact places in them that have been waiting for something to reach those places. They carry lightness, not the lightness of someone who has not experienced anything difficult, the specific lightness of someone who has encountered difficulty and has chosen actively and consistently to remain open rather than allow the difficulty to close them. That lightness is not naivety. It is a kind of courage that the older and more defended heart has sometimes lost access to. And when it arrives in proximity to your depth, my beloved, the specific thing that happens in the space between you is not the lightness reducing the depth. It is the depth giving the lightness somewhere to land, and the lightness returning to the depth, the quality of joy that the weight of the years and the accumulated losses can sometimes take. They carry openness, a genuine and undefended openness to learning, to being corrected, to receiving what you know from a place of genuine humility rather than the performance of humility. They are not intimidated by what you carry. They are drawn to it in a way they cannot fully explain to themselves, because the drawing happens at the soul level before the mind has made sense of it. The specific quality of your presence is not something that makes them feel less. It is something that makes them feel more seen, more reached, more in contact with a version of connection that they had begun to wonder was actually available to them. If something in your chest just softened reading that, a place that had been holding the fear that your depth was too much rather than exactly right, type "God saw my faithful" waiting in the comments, because he did. Every season you spent carrying this love with integrity rather than settling for what did not actually reach you. He was watching that faithfulness and building toward the moment when what you were waiting for would arrive. My beloved, let me speak now to the ones who said this love was wrong. The voices that organized themselves against the specific design I chose for you. Not with malice in every case. Some of them genuinely believed they were protecting you. Some of them were speaking from the specific fear that what is unfamiliar produces in the person who encounters it. Some of them were speaking from their own wounds about what love is supposed to look like, because the love they received and gave was shaped by those wounds, and the shape of what is familiar felt like the shape of what is right. I do not condemn the voices, but I want to speak to what has been happening in the lives of the ones who were loudest in their opposition to what I designed for you. The ones who told you to settle for what was available, for the love that made sense on paper, even though something in you knew at the soul level that the fit was not what I designed, are living now with the specific interior experience of someone who accepted the logical love rather than the designed love. The love that checked the boxes, that had no objectionable surface characteristics, that produced no difficult questions from the people around them, that required no faith to step into because it was immediately comprehensible by the logic everyone agreed on. And in the interior of that love, my child, there is a specific quality of comfort that lives alongside a specific quality of unsettlement. The comfort of what is familiar and safe, and the unsettlement of someone who knows, at the level below where the knowing is spoken, that what they are in is functional, but not what they were designed for. I am not speaking this to produce in you a satisfaction at their expense. I am speaking it because I need you to understand that the love that made no sense to the world around you was not the love that was less. It was the love that was more specific, more designed, more calibrated to what you actually are and what you actually need and what you were actually built for. The love that required faith to receive was not the love that was worse. It was the love that was better. And the ones who chose the comprehensible love over the designed love are living now with the evidence of that difference in their interior. Even when the exterior of their lives shows no visible confirmation of what is happening inside, the ones who spoke against you specifically, who used your desire for this love as the content of their conversations with others, who shared their concern about your judgment in ways that circled beyond the bounds of genuine care into the territory of entertainment. Those ones are finding now that what they built on the foundation of reducing your vision is not as solid as it appeared when the building was in progress. What is built on the diminishment of someone else's anointed design has a structural weakness that does not always appear immediately. It appears under weight, and the weight of the season that is coming for them and for you will reveal the difference between what was built on the real foundation and what was built on the borrowed foundation of someone else's vision that was never theirs to carry. My child, a justice in this is not a punishment I am orchestrating against the voices that questioned my design. The justice is the natural consequence of what happens when the truth of what I built continues to stand, while what was built against it reveals its own incompleteness. Your love story is the standing testimony, and you do not have to argue for it, you only have to receive it. Type "This love belongs to me and I designed it with God" in the comments, because it does. I designed it every specific quality of the match, every specific dimension of what you carry that they need and what they carry that you need, every specific resonance between two interiors that could not have been manufactured by human logic or social convention or any calculation that left me out of the design process. This love is mine to give and yours to receive, and the voices of the ones who questioned the giving do not have authority over what I confirmed in the hidden place before the visible world caught up to what was already true. My beloved, before I speak to what is happening in the younger soul's heart right now, I want to pause here for someone who is carrying this message in a particularly lonely way. Someone who has not been able to share what they are hoping for with the people around them because the people around them are among the voices. Someone who has been carrying the faith for this love in private without the community of anyone who understands why this specific love is the one that keeps rising in them no matter how many times they try to direct themselves toward what is more convenient. If that is you, this word is specifically for you. You are not wrong for knowing what you know. You are not deluded for refusing to settle. You are not naive for believing that what God designed for you is worth the specific cost of waiting for it in the face of everyone else's questions. And if you know someone who is carrying this kind of specific and private faith for a love that does not fit the world's expectations, send this to them. The word that is finding you today will find them in the place where they most need it. And if this ministry has been the word your love story needed in this season, I want to invite you to sow a seed into it. As an act of faith in what I am doing in this love story, and in the stories of every person who is still in the waiting and needs to hear that what they are waiting for is real and confirmed and coming. Visit the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen. Every seed sown in faith in the hidden place is honored openly in the appointed season. My child, I want to tell you what is happening in the heart of the younger soul I am sending to you right now, because they are not passive in this story. They are not waiting without knowing they are waiting. They are in a process of their own, a preparation that I have been conducting in them across the same interval in which I have been preparing you, and the specific things that are happening in them right now are the specific things that correspond to what you have been praying for. They have been praying, my beloved, not in the general way that people pray when they want love and do not have a specific picture of what love would look like when it arrives. In the specific way that comes from having encountered what was available at their own level and having found it consistently insufficient in a way they could not fully explain. They have prayed for someone real, someone who does not perform their depth but actually has it. Someone whose wisdom is not the performance of wisdom, but the lived interior knowing of someone who has walked through the things that produce it. Someone in whose presence they do not have to manage what they show or protect what they are from the risk of being too much for the person receiving it. They prayed for a love that feels like arriving somewhere rather than like the ongoing work of maintaining a connection that requires constant tending to remain alive. My child, they prayed for you, not by name, not with a specific picture of your face or your story or the particular things you carry, but the prayer they prayed described you. The specific qualities they asked for, the specific interior qualities, are the specific interior qualities I built in you across the full length of the seasons that built them. And the prayer they prayed was the other half of the invitation I designed for this love story, the half that came from their side of the space between you, and that is moving toward meeting the half that came from yours. I have been working in their interior. Beloved, I have been preparing them to receive what you carry in a way that the earlier seasons of their life could not have prepared them to receive. I have been healing in them the places that the world around them wounded. I have been building in them the specific humility that is required to honor the depth you carry without being intimidated by it. I have been producing in them the readiness that is not the readiness of someone who has finished all their interior work, because no one finishes that work before the love arrives, but the readiness of someone who has done enough of the work that the love, when it arrives, will not encounter the specific interference that would have prevented the full receiving in an earlier season. They are thinking about a kind of love they cannot fully picture yet, my child. Not the love they have known, something beyond what they have been able to find in what was available. And in the quiet moments when the interior is most honest, what they are thinking about matches what you are. The peace they feel when they imagine it matches the specific peace that your presence produces. The safety they are looking for matches the specific kind of safety that you carry. They are moving toward you in the interior before the exterior of the story has brought them into your visible presence. And what is moving in them toward you has been moving with increasing clarity and increasing certainty across the full length of the interval. If something in you is calm right now, a specific quality of calm that is different from ordinary peace, type "I believe God is preparing them for me" in the comments. That calm is your spirit receiving the confirmation of what I am telling you. The interior confirmation that what I am speaking is the account of what is actually true rather than the account of what you are hoping is true. My beloved, I want to speak now to the specific things that will tell you when this love has arrived, not the dramatic markers that the romantic imagination reaches for, The interior markers, the ones that happen at the soul level before the conscious mind has assembled them into a conclusion. You will know by the specific quality of calm that arrives in your spirit when they are near. Not the absence of any feeling, not flatness or distance, but the specific quality of rest that the body and spirit produce when they are in the presence of something they recognize as safe. The specific quality of calm that is different from the calm of indifference, and different from the calm of everything being perfect. The calm of something in you that has been holding itself slightly braced for a long time, releasing the brace without a decision to release it. If you feel your body release something it was holding when you are in the presence of this person, that is not coincidence. That is your spirit recognizing what your eyes are still in the process of processing. You will know by the quality of the questions they ask you, not the questions that gather information about your history or your preferences or the surface content of your life. The questions that reach below the surface. The questions that no one else thought to ask because no one else saw what was there to reach. As Isaiah 55:9 says, "My ways are higher than your ways and my thoughts than your thoughts." The one I am sending to you will think about you in ways that correspond to my ways rather than the world's ways. They will not measure you by what the world measures. They will see what I see, and the questions they ask will reveal that they are seeing at that level. You will know by what happens to your laughter, my beloved. You have learned over the years a particular kind of laugh, the one that is appropriate and contained and does not take up too much space. The one that is offered in the right moments and at the right volume and in the right way for the specific social situation. When this person is with you, that learned laugh will not be the one that comes. What will come instead is the laugh you had before you learned to contain it. The deep, whole, unguarded laugh that comes from a place of genuine delight rather than social function. And when you hear it come out of you in their presence, you will recognize that something in you that had been held at a distance for a long time has been given permission to return. Type "I refuse to settle for a love that does not reach this deep" in the comments. Because the love I am describing is not the love that is ordinary. It is the love that is specific, and you have waited through many ordinary offers for the specific one. That waiting was not a mistake. It was the integrity of someone who knew at the soul level what they were designed for, and refused to accept less than what they were designed for, as though less were the same as what they were waiting for. My child, I want to speak now to what I need you to release before this love arrives at its full visible expression. Because there is something you have been carrying in the season of the waiting that will interfere with the full receiving if you bring it into the arrival with you. And I want you to put it down before you walk through the door. What I am asking you to release is the posture of someone who has been defending the love before they have even received it. The specific interior bracing against the voices that questioned it. The prepared arguments. The evidence you have assembled for why this love is valid. The case you have been building inside yourself against the opinions of everyone who told you this does not make sense. My beloved, you do not need to walk into this love carrying the defense of it. I am the one who designed it. I will defend what I designed. Your part is not to make the argument. Your part is to receive the love. Philippians 4:7 says, "The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." The peace that is coming in this love is the peace that transcends understanding. It will not make sense to the people around you by the measurements they use to evaluate love. It will not fit the logical template. It will not be comprehensible by the standards of the social calculation. And you do not need it to be. You need it to feel like peace. You need it to feel like rest. You need it to feel like arriving somewhere you were always supposed to arrive. And those feelings, those specific interior feelings, are the confirmation that I give to the ones who trust my design over the world's logic. Release the defense. Release the bracing. Release the ongoing argument with the voices in your interior that are still rehearsing the things the external voices said, and walk into what is coming with the open hands of someone who has placed the argument in my hands and is choosing to receive with both hands free what I have been preparing across the full length of this interval. Type "I release every fear about what they will think," and receive what God designed in the comments. because that release is the specific posture from which this love is most fully received. Not with the divided interior of someone still managing the opinions of everyone who questioned the design, with the whole interior of someone who has placed the management in the hands of the one who designed what they are receiving. My beloved, as Psalm 139:16 says, "All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." The specific days of this love story were written before either of you were born, before the world had the opportunity to form opinions about what the match should look like, before the social logic was assembled that created the questions about the years between you, before any of the voices that questioned this design existed to question it. I designed this in the place where designs are made before the world was built enough to contain them, and what I designed there has not been altered by what the world has said about it since. Nothing is off schedule. Nothing is out of place. The crossroads of your lives has already been written, and the writing was done by the one who does not make design errors. What looks like a long wait from where you are standing in the exterior of the season is not a long wait in the record I keep. It is the exact length that the preparation of both of you required, and the arrival of this love will be the visible confirmation of a timing that was never late. It was always exact, my child. I want to speak a closing declaration over you before I seal this word, a declaration over the specific person who stayed with this message to this point and received what was spoken in the interior place where it was designed to land. You are seen, not in the general sense of divine awareness that knows all people equally, in the specific sense of the one who has been watching you carry this love with a dignity and a faithfulness and a refusal to reduce the design I gave you to something smaller, just because smaller was available. You are known in the interior, in the full specific content of what you carry and what you have walked through and what the walking through produced in you. And you are confirmed. The love I am releasing toward you is not a consolation. It is the specific fulfillment of what I designed for you, and the confirmation of it is not a promise I am making for a future that is uncertain. It is the account of what I have already been building in the hidden place, building in them, building toward the moment of visible arrival. As 1 Corinthians 2:9 says, "What no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love Him." What I am releasing toward you is in that category, not because it will be dramatic and extraordinary in the ways that are visible to everyone around you, because the interior quality of it will exceed what you have been able to imagine, even in the most faithful moments of the waiting. Because what I build from the interior outward always exceeds what the imagination of the person waiting can conceive, because the imagination is limited to what has already been experienced, and what I am sending has qualities that your experience has not yet given you the interior map for. And now, let me pray over you. Let me seal this word in the place where it landed, and send you into the next season carrying what I just gave you. Father of the design, the one who knows the end from the beginning, who holds the full record of both lives, and has been conducting a preparation in both of them simultaneously across a season that looked from the outside like only waiting. We come before you with open hands, not the hands of someone who is demanding that what they believe should arrive immediately, the hands of someone who has received the account of what you have been building and is choosing to receive that account as the ground they stand on. We thank you for every season of the preparation, for the specific things the difficult seasons built that the comfortable seasons could not have built, for the wisdom, for the depth, for the patience, for the specific interior richness that the fire produced in us, that we would not trade even for the comfort of having avoided the fire. We thank you for the one you are sending, for the specific work you have been doing in their interior across the same season, for the healing you have been producing in them, for the readiness you have been building, for the hunger you placed in them that only what we carry could satisfy. We release every fear about their age. We release every argument with every voice that questioned your design. We release the defense we have been building, and we place the design in your hands where it has always been safest. And we receive with both hands what you have confirmed today, the love that is yours to give and ours to receive. The love that does not require the world's comprehension to be real. The love that is built on what you see in the interior rather than what everyone else sees on the surface. Seal this word deep, Father. Let it become the ground we stand on when the noise rises again. Let it be the interior knowing we return to when the waiting feels long. Let it be the confirmation that we carry into the arrival so that when it comes, we recognize it with the peace that transcends understanding rather than the anxiety of someone who is still not certain. In the name of the one who is faithful to complete what he begins. Amen. Type "I receive this love," confirmed by God, and I am ready in the comments. Let those words be your declaration that what was spoken today has found the interior place it was designed to find, and that you are walking forward from this moment, not as someone still waiting in uncertainty, but as someone who has received the confirmation and is now walking in the specific faith of someone who knows what is coming. My child, the one I am sending loves you already in the way that the soul loves what it was designed for before the exterior circumstances have arranged the meeting. They are coming, and when they arrive, you will recognize them not because they look like what you expected, but because they feel like what I promised. Walk forward in that knowing. The design is confirmed, the love is real, and it is coming right on time. If this word found the specific interior place where this love has been living through the full length of the waiting, I want to ask you to do two things. First, there is someone in your life whose love story looks unconventional to the world around them. Someone who is carrying the faith for a love that does not fit the expected template, and is doing the carrying alone because the people around them do not understand the design. Send this to them. The confirmation that settled something in you today will settle something in them. And if this ministry has been the word that your love story needed in this season, sow a seed into it now, as an act of faith that the word you receive today will reach the next person who needs to hear that the love God designed for them is confirmed, even when it does not fit what the world considers logical. Visit the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen. Every seed sown in faith is received by the Father, who honors what is given in the hidden place. God bless you, my beloved. The one who is coming is already moving toward you, and the moving has always been on schedule.